Here's an unsettling question. Can someone tell whether your personal record was used to train a model just by poking at it? Often, yes. Models leave fingerprints on the data they memorized, and that's a privacy and compliance nightmare. Welcome to Episode 6. Last time, Model Inversion showed us that models remember their training data. Now we make that precise. These are privacy attacks, and the headline one is Membership Inference. Membership Inference answers a simple question. Was this specific example in the training set? Why does that matter? If a model was trained on patients with a certain disease, confirming someone's record was in that set reveals their diagnosis. The attack doesn't steal the data. It confirms membership, and that alone can be a serious breach. How does it work? Models tend to be more confident on data they saw during training than on new data. That gap is the tell. Look at this table. On a member, the model is unusually confident and the loss is low. On a non-member, confidence drops and loss rises. Measure those signals, and you can guess membership. It gets worse with large language models. They don't just hint at training data, they can regurgitate it verbatim. Researchers have prompted LLMs into spitting out memorized phone numbers, email addresses, and snippets of private text. If it was in the training data, it can sometimes be extracted word for word. The root cause is overfitting. A model that memorizes its training data instead of generalizing leaks the most. A well-generalized model treats members and non-members almost the same, closing the gap the attacker relies on. So the privacy fix and the quality fix point in the same direction. The strongest defense is a mathematical guarantee called differential privacy. The idea, a model's output should be almost the same whether or not any single person's data was included. Formally, the probability of any outcome changes by at most a small factor, e to the epsilon. We achieve it by adding calibrated noise during training, the technique known as DPSGD. Smaller epsilon means stronger privacy. Beyond differential privacy, a few practical habits go a long way. Regularize and avoid overfitting. Deduplicate your training data, since repeated records get memorized most. Filter PII before training and filter outputs after. And minimize what you collect in the first place. You can't leak data you never had. That wraps up attacks on the model itself. Now we enter the world everyone's building in right now. Large language models and agents. And it starts with the single most important LLM vulnerability, prompt injection. That's Episode 7. That's privacy attacks. Models remember, membership inference exploits that memory, and differential privacy fights back with math. Generalize well and minimize data. Like and subscribe. Next, we enter the LLM era with prompt injection.